Gamers is a generic rom-com that focuses on a group of gamers. It's ridiculously boring and not worth watching. The romance has no progression and the comedy consists mostly of reaction images. So, does the gaming save it? Surprisingly, no, it doesn't. Which is disappointing because I really thought I would enjoy the episode where they talk about DLC for the entire runtime.
DLC ってなんだっけ？
ダウンロードコンテンツの略だよ。
Before we get into characters or anything, I want to bring up something I noticed while looking at the source material. In the light novel and manga, when Amano decides that he doesn't want to join the gaming club, they play Smash. While Amano is playing for fun and switching characters every round, everyone else is sticking with their mains and trying to prove that they're the best. This is actually a really relatable thing, and it's a really simple way that the author shows some understanding of games. I'm honestly confused why they would take this out of the anime. They even have a short Smash segment in the intro. Instead, they just play an FPS for a couple hours and Amano gets really bored. Our main character is Amano, a boy who only cares about playing games casually for fun. He sounds like a teenage girl. He's spineless when it comes to talking to girls, but will fight anyone over the simplest things. I'll go more into that later. Moving on to the first girl, Tendo. She is so obsessed with the main boy that she ruins her morning routine, grades, gaming ability, and social life. This was barely believable in a good story like Aku no Hana, and it definitely is not here. Even after all these changes, we still hear the characters talk about how perfect she is. It would have been a lot more fun to see characters treating her like the freak she is. The second girl is Chiaki, and she's a little special. She makes games and is a cute, unkept girl. Then she decides to cut her hair and suddenly her tits grow 10 sizes. She switches between liking and hating Amano probably 10 times. The other boy is Tasku. He used to be a no-friend nerd, but he changed himself to be popular. He's dating pink hair. His favorite activities include looking like he's cheating, worrying that his girlfriend is cheating, and making idiotic faces. Most people would get jealous or angry if he thought his new friend was stealing his girlfriend. Not this guy. He just makes some face. The next girl is Aguri. She also changed herself when she went into high school. She did it to get Tasku to like her though. She used to be a normal background character, but now she acts ditzy and cute because that's what she thinks he likes. She's best girl, but that's not saying much with this show. She spies on her boyfriend with Amano and always catches him with his arms around girls. I'm not going to go on about the comedy forever because it's almost all reaction faces. Beyond that, they make these bad references like this. One of the worst jokes is where Tendo slips on a banana peel. In the recap before the next episode, they took it out. So I guess they realized it wasn't funny. The last reoccurring joke is these pop-up text jokes. It's like they decided to copy YouTube-style editing. I don't think I ever laughed while watching this show. There's very little romance in this show, and what's there is bad. There's this scene here where they fake it.
勝ちを喜び、負けを悔しがることこそがゲーム最大の醍醐味じゃないですか。だって今私ゲームがしたくて仕方ないんだもの。
Wow, how romantic. I know it's a lot to expect romantic progression from a rom-com, but this came out in the same season as Surezure Children. That was a comedy, and every couple in that show got further than anyone in this. This show goes with the standard cop-out of having characters constantly misunderstand each other.
The little progress that happens is that the couples hold hands.
That's it.
These two go farther than anyone else in this scene, and his girlfriend is standing right there.
Every time Amino and Tendo go out on a date, Chiaki shows up and steals Amino for a while, even when she hates him. These two only go out because he accidentally asks her out. These two don't do anything. They're too busy trying to catch each other cheating. This idiot decides that she likes Amino after finding out that they've been best friends online.
She doesn't confess though, because then there could be actual drama, and that would detract from the show's pro DLC agenda. Who made this? Ah, Sony. I see.
Nothing interesting happens. The characters just run away or go whenever they think someone's cheating. Then someone talks to them and makes them feel better before it starts all over again. Even if anything real happened, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it with the show's need to throw funny faces at you every 30 seconds. Take this scene for instance. Tasuku is in real danger thanks to Amino's dedication to defending Tendo. Don't worry though, because danger won't stop him from making stupid faces. This scene is supposed to be the moment where Tendo really falls in love with him for defending her so vehemently. But I bet more people remember it as the time he had rainbow face. Another dumb scene is when Chiaki and Amino fight because she doesn't like cute characters in games. This is what sparks their hatred for each other in the early episodes. Normally, I would go through each episode, but so little happens in this show that I can tell you the entire plot in one paragraph. Amino turns down Tendo's invitation to the Gamers Club. Tasuku tries to hook him up with Chiaki, but they start fighting. He decides to ask Tendo to be friends, but accidentally asks her out. They go on a date to a pool so that we can get some fan service. Everyone plays a board game at Chiaki's house, and she finds out her and Amino are best friends online. She decides she likes him, but lies about them being friends online. We find out Aguri and Amino are closer than anyone else in this show. They go on a double date and Loser Girl invites herself with her sister. They hire actual animators for the hand-holding scene. They finally all play a game together and it ends with some really boring conversation about DLC. I only have 2 chapters of the manga to compare to this, but it's obvious that they changed a lot. Even though their designs weren't too complex, they still changed their characters to look more like a generic anime. The tone in the manga is completely different too. In the first chapter, Tendo doesn't fall after getting shot down. When Tasuku and Amino fight, they're both completely serious and no one's making funny faces. The studio making this must have decided that the drama wasn't enough to carry the story, so they added a bunch of stupid jokes. I can't say that the manga is good due to the lack of translations, but I can say it's a hell of a lot better than this shitty anime. For a show called Gamers, you would think games would be more prevalent. They go to an arcade about 3 times and are rarely seen playing games at home. We see Amino shopping for games more than we see him playing them. Most of the time we see them playing games, it's just used as backdrop for whatever boring drama is happening. There's this part at the end where Amino pulls out a 5-player game, but they just go to bed because the game sucks. The only game that they all play together is this board game, and it's just a romance-focused version of life. The scene before Amino asks out Tendo is a 7-minute segment of switching between every main character and what they think is about to happen. It's a third of the runtime, and you feel every second of it. They make sure to cram in as many funny faces as possible to keep you entertained. I had to put the show on 3 times speed to make it through this part. The payoff wasn't even good. He just asked her out. Was I supposed to be surprised? This show is boring. Really boring. Just getting the clips for this video was a struggle. If you want an anime about games, I highly suggest that you skip this one. It's generic, full of cliches, and boringly animated.